My name is Queen Choma from UK's Dazzling Beauty. Today I want to talk to you about how you can find a sponsor for a beauty pageant for UK's Dazzling Beauty, for example, because it's fast approaching. Many of you have been applying, thank you, and I'm going to tell you now what you can do to get that sponsor that you're looking for. Okay, so I've made a video on this before, which you can look at by clicking on the link below, or just really go and type in how to find a sponsor for a beauty pageant. Type my name in as well, Queen Choma, and you'll find the video, just in case you're watching this video from somewhere else. Okay, so I'm now going to dive into what you need to do. Number one, the first thing I'll say to you is to make sure you're actually accepted in the pageant, because if you're not even in a pageant, then how can you be sponsored for a beauty pageant that you're not in? So the first thing I'll say to you is to make sure you have applied. Like if you're trying to enter UK's Dazzling Beauty, for example, make sure you complete the application form, make sure you have submitted your images, the 3 photos that we've requested, and then you need to make sure that you're in the pageant. You've been accepted, you have got a letter that says, congratulations, or your application is successful. We would love to offer you this title. Once you have that letter, that becomes gold, because then you can use it to promote yourself to companies. You can print it out and say, I've just been accepted into the UK's Dazzling Beauty competition. You could email like 20 companies that you want to be sponsored by and try and get them to sponsor you. Let them know that you've got this competition coming up on the 24th of September. You're looking for a sponsor. So that will be the quickest way to do it. Just make sure you've done the application form. And then number 2 would be to, just reach out to like 20 companies through email, letting them know the news that you've been accepted, and just ask them, would they be interested in sponsoring you. We have actually sent girls a letter, a sample letter of how to send out, what to send to a company. So if you really need that letter, if you want us to send you a sample letter, do send us an email to info@uk'sdazzlingbeautypageant.com and we'll send that to you. Okay, so number 3 is to write down a list of all the companies that you'd like to sponsor you that are local businesses that you could reach out to on, in terms of going there physically. So the third step is to actually write it down, but not just write it down, actually take action in terms of going to places. So number 2 is to email places. Number 3, go around your local area, boutiques, hairdressers, nail shops. You can contact, for example, cab offices. You could contact schools, and just try and think of local small shops as well, like fruit stores, local businesses, local news agents, and so on and so forth. And then, take this sample letter with you. You can obviously edit the letter, put your own jazz into it, talk about what you've achieved, talk about the fact that you want to be sponsored by them because you like their company, you want support. Tell them what you can do in return. So for example, could you hand out flyers for them? Would you work at their shop a couple of times? Is it that you're going to promote them at the Grand Final? Will you hand out flyers at the Grand Final for them? Is it that you're going to mention them to the media? Think about what you're going to do for them as well, because this is also very important. They're not going to sponsor you for no reason. They want to receive something back, so make sure you are going to promote them in amazing ways. You could even do a photo shoot with them. You could mention them on interviews that you go for. You could actually promote them on social media as well. You could actually say thank you to my sponsor. You could tweet at them, hashtag them. You can do like little videos for them, for example. With our pageant, UK's Dazzling Beauty, we will put the logo that you are sponsored by. So we'll make sure that their logo, we mentioned that you're sponsored by them on your page. So that's actually something that they can also get out of it too. The fact that it will be on our website. The 4th way to find a sponsor for a beauty pageant is it's all about asking friends and family. Now, this way can never be played down in terms of don't just think, oh, I can't be bothered to do that. I've done that in the past. This is one of the most exciting ways to get the money that you're looking for. Now, what I suggest you do is you think of creative ways that you can ask your friends and family. Number 1, you have to be excited about this. Are you excited you're in the Grand Final? Are you excited you're going to be representing your city as Middlesex Dazzling Beauty, or whether it be London's Dazzling Beauty, or whether it's that you're going to be Hampshire's Dazzling Beauty, or Basingstoke's Dazzling Beauty? You need to be excited about this opportunity and let them know, let them see it, feel it, and just, let them know. They're going to be more likely to want to support you. Do you have a grandma that can support you in terms of donating £50 towards your competition? Do you have your mother or father, or is it that you have a brother or You know, maybe you have all your family members in your home that can all donate like £30 each towards your sponsorship fee. And all you need to really do is focus on obviously getting the deposit down, and then you could always like find other sponsors to cover you for the remaining balance. So I definitely want to encourage you to ask friends and family, and you can make this fun. You could do something like a car wash. You could do something like organize a party and get like all your friends and family to like, you know, buy things at the party, or whether it be that you're going to do people's hair and then you're going to make money that way. You could iron all your dad's clothes, you could wash the dishes for a week, and your mum might pay the whole thing for you if you wash the dishes for a week. So really think, what can I do to make money? So for example, I remember once I was selling cards and I was trying to raise a bit of money. My auntie bought the cards and she paid me £25 for them. I remember once my aunt gave me £50 towards my, you know, competition as well. And people want to support you, okay? Friends, family, so definitely ask your friends. And what I would say is make sure you have a list of who you think could be a potential sponsor. And don't feel ashamed to ask them for this sponsorship fee, because they really want to see you succeed. They want you to win that crown. And everybody wants to see their friends do well and their family do well, and that's the reason why I think that you should be bold to promote yourself. The fifth thing to do if you want to find a sponsor for a beauty pageant would be for you to, you know, interview other beauty queens that you know that have actually been in competitions and get some advice and some tips from them. You know, many of you are not leveraging this opportunity that much. You've seen that there are people that are doing so well in the pageant world. So what you could do is you could, you know, go on your Instagram channel if you've got an Instagram account, and make sure you start to use the hashtag like pageants or beauty queens, and look for beauty queens online and get some advice. Send them a private message, get them on Skype, ask them if they'll speak with you on Skype for 15 minutes, and ask them for advice. Like what you could do is you could send them a message saying, hi Vanessa. Let's say Vanessa is one of the big title holders out there in America or in the UK or whatever. Remind yourself that if she can do it, that you can do it too. So you can message her and say, hi Vanessa, oh my goodness, I'm absolutely amazed by what you've achieved. Congratulations for being Miss So-and-so, whatever the title is. And then you could say, I really wanted to ask you for a favour, if you could please give me some tips on how I could go about finding a sponsor for a beauty pageant, because I've been accepted for a pageant and I really want to win and I really want to be in that pageant. So could you please give me a few ideas? If you email like 5 or 10 beauty queens, they're going to give you loads of tips, and this alone could give you the boost that you need to become the girl that you need to be, or the woman that you need to be in the pageant. Because sometimes we have to raise our vibration, we have to raise our frequency to be in these pageants in the first place. If you're going in the pageant believing that you can't do it, having self-doubt, thinking you're a failure, you're not going to succeed. But if you're talking to these high-profile beauty queens, these celebrity beauty queens, you're going to be like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. And with them giving you some advice, that might just give you the boost of confidence that you need to succeed. Number 6, I would say that one of the most powerful things that you can do is to confess that you are going to receive the money. You know, so what you should be saying every day. For example, with our pageant, it's $185 for seniors to be in the pageant. So you should be saying every day, I receive £185 right now to pay my sponsorship fee. Thank you, God, that I've paid off my sponsorship fee of £185. But you could say, I believe the universe is sending me £185 right now. You need to be confessing this like diligently, like I would say like 5 or even 7 times a day. You know, write it down on a piece of paper, write down all these good things that you want to achieve. I have my dresses ready, I have all the money I need to compete in this pageant, I have raised lots of money for charity. Make positive affirmations, make positive declarations that will really get you into the energy of like, I can do this, I've done this, it's already done, and I'm just expecting the money to come. And because the thing is, most of the things that we want to achieve are going to be way out of our price point in terms of like, we can't afford it. But the way we're going to be able to afford it is to change what we're saying and to actually call it all in. Like, call it in. Use your mouth to confess that these good things are happening. The Bible says that you should call those things that be not as though they are. So you have to act as if it's already happened and just be like, I've just paid the sponsorship fee. Thank you, God, that the sponsorship fee is all paid. Woohoo! And act excited about it as well. Like, jump up and down and be like, I'm so happy that I've received all the money I need to be in the pageant. You know, if you do that enough for a few days, you're going to see that that money is going to just come through, and you're going to be like, where did the money even come from? And all of a sudden it would just be paid. I've had this happen to me so many times where I've just been like, I need to pay for things, and I'm like, where's the money going to come from? And I just make those affirmations consistently, and then all of a sudden somebody just pays me, or somebody says, I'd love to work with you, or they're like, oh, I've just paid the money now, or whatever it is, and I'm like, wow. So it does work, okay? So make sure you're doing that as well. The seventh way to come up with the money to be in a beauty pageant is that you can sell things that you no longer need, that no longer serves you. Do you have old shoes, old jackets? Do you have trainers that you don't wear anymore? Do you have clothes that you just want to get rid of? You know, one of the things you could do is you could do two things. You can send some stuff to charity, which can open you up to receive more abundance in your life. So that could when you release things that you don't need anymore, you normally receive new things. So that's one of the things you can do. But you could also sell the things that you can actually make money from. So for example, some of the girls that have been able to raise money in our pageant to be in our pageant, they've done things like used eBay, you know, sold some old dresses on eBay, sold old shoes on eBay. You can do that. Maybe you, for example, make stuff. So you make cards, you can sell cards, you do people's hair. I've seen girls do people's hair, and that's the way they make their money. You know, I can do extensions, for example, like these extensions I've got now. I can do that. Like if I wanted to raise money for a pageant, I could be like, hi everyone, you know, I'm doing extensions for the week or for the next 2 weeks. Does anybody want their hair done? And put it on social media, text a few people and see if anybody wants to get their hair done, or do you know anyone that would like to get their hair done? And by the time you know it, maybe 3 people will book me, and then all of a sudden I've made the money just by doing 3 people's hairs. Okay, so think outside of the box, you know, try and sell some things that you no longer need. Ask your mum, dad, family members, guardian, whoever it is that you live with, or, you know, if you live with your husband or something, if you live with a best friend, find out if they have anything they don't want anymore that you could sell as well, because sometimes people don't, they have things they want to get rid of and they can give it to you. So you could even do like an auction at your house and sell these things at your home, or sell them on eBay or Gumtree as well, or even Facebook. Facebook allows you to sell things there as well. Okay, so now we're at number 8, and the 8th way to find the money for a beauty pageant to be, you know, sponsored. If you're looking for a way to bring in that money, is I would say for you to sponsor yourself. Okay, I'm sure you expect me to say that, but like, you're your best investment. Okay, so if you can't find a sponsor, if it's all hard, why don't you decide to dip into your savings? Do you have like any money in a money jar where you know, you'll be surprised at how much money you have in jars that you don't even realize you have. You can put that all towards your sponsorship fee, because at the end of the day, if you're not invested in yourself, then no one's going to invest in you. If you don't believe in yourself enough to sow a seed towards your destiny, towards you being in a pageant, towards you being in a modelling competition, towards you, you know, doing something powerful for your life, what else do you want money for? Is the money just for you to just have in the bank and just spend on shoes and clothes? I mean, that isn't going to change your life. Like, of course it's nice to look good, but shoes and clothes aren't going to change your life, but a beauty pageant could. A beauty pageant can open you up to a world of opportunities, from modelling work to performing arts work. Like, you could be dancing at theatre shows, you could be singing at events, you might get the opportunity to get a TV presenting job. Some girls have gone on to enter like fitness competitions and win them. Some of them have gone on to do like music videos in terms of modelling videos, and some of them have gone on to being paid models, earning lots of money doing modelling, and the list goes on. So what are you waiting for? So what I want you to do is I want you to think to yourself right now, which of these ideas really resonate with you? Really choose an idea and then just run with it and just get on with it, get busy with it, because I really believe that you can be sponsored, or you can sponsor yourself. It's up to you. And by the way, you can choose a combination. You could do something like, you know, wash a few people's cars. You could decide that, and you know what, you can actually talk about this when you are being, when we have the pre-judging round at UK's Dazzling Beauty. Tell the judges how you came up with the money. These are the things they want to hear. They want to hear your passion, your determination, how you worked for it. Like, what did you do to make it happen? And always remember, you're not the only girl that's going to be doing this. There are going to be other girls and women that are going to be putting in the same work and effort. And that's why, you know, somebody is going to win on that day. And that's the reason why people will win different awards as well, because people would have put in so much energy and effort to try and be successful. Imagine that day. There'll be 50 of you girls on the stage, right? Imagine you all there. And imagine you just knowing how proud you are that you've worked so hard to get to where you are. You know, imagine just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky, I've put in all the work and now I've made it. That's what can happen to you if you're willing to do the work. So, definitely do the work, find that sponsor or sponsor yourself and get involved in our pageant. Okay? I want to see you in UK's Dazzling Beauty 2017 on the 24th of September. We don't have much time now. If you haven't applied, apply on our website right now by going to www.uksdazzlingbeautypageant.com. Mwah! Thanks for watching. Bye!